because, public
Yeah.
speaking is something that a lot of people have issues with. And you're
Yeah.
even mentioning yourself that this is something that was maybe a little bit daunting for you in the beginning.
Yeah.
What's your advice for people that have this issue? And since you've conquered it, your, I guess, go-to tips to conquer this?
All right. The first thing is don't actually make eye contact. This is just a simple one.
Mm,
Don't actually make eye contact with people because that's what makes you scared because you're talking and they're paying attention, but you're looking at them and they have like the blank stare. You're like, well, maybe they're judging me. Okay. But really they're just listening to you. Just think about what you do when you're hearing a speaker. You're not like going through all like these facial expressions. At least I hope you're not, because people think something's wrong with you. So you pretty much you're paying attention, but from the speaker side, it looks like they're judging you or whatever. Like, what are they thinking? So I
sure.
don't do that picture people naked thing or underwear. I don't do any of that. I just don't look at them. Instead, I
Mm,
look slightly above their head. So
mm,
based upon the camera view you have from me, if you were in somewhere and you were like speaking to me and I was standing in the room I'm in right now, you wouldn't look at my face. You would look at the air ducts right above my head. So it still looks like you're looking at me, but you're actually not looking at me. Uh, the other thing is basically program yourself with a couple of gestures, because if you stand very still, you're gonna look weird, and
mm.
if you just move around a lot, you're gonna also look weird, and you start to feel out of control. Like what's even happening here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So in the Marine Corps, they taught us they have a thing called excessive movement, like no excessive movement. And so I'm actually doing it right now. I don't know if you can see me. So I'm doing it right now, and they said you have like the certain gestures that are authoritative. So like that was one of them right there.
Yeah.
So like you go like that, right? Politicians do it like that. So
Hmm.
I'm telling you this, you understand? So there are there's three
Yep.
things. The first one is this. So, see what I mean? Like that. Those are two things, and you just start to feel better. And then the final thing is, yes, study a little bit about it. But let's say you forget
Mm,
something, turn it around and make it a question. Because and so I'll say, I don't know. I'm supposed to be teaching you about this widget, okay? An incline bench. Let's say I
sure.
forget what an incline bench does. All right. So today we're gonna talk about incline benches. Who can tell me what an incline bench does? Just one thing. It doesn't have to be right. I don't care what your answer is. Shout it out if you know. Nobody. Nobody knows. Nobody has ever heard of an incline bench. None of you work out anything. I don't even care if the answer's wrong. Just tell me something about an incline bench. And then you just talk, and then somebody will say something, and then whether it's right or wrong, you respond to it. Well, you just
Mm.
created engagement with your audience, right? And I can take that one, whatever that guy says. All right. I can use incline benches underwater. All right. Is he right? Can you use an incline bench underwater?
There you go.
See what I mean?
You got an hour-long conference.
I can babble on forever.
But you got a lot of amazing points there, John. Similar to what you were mentioning before, one of the best tips I got for public speaking is people don't care about you. They care about your message. So, don't worry about like what you're doing, or don't worry about stressing out like that, because at the end of the day, people are worried if that, girl texted them back, or that party they're going to, or if their business is going to go fire, or like if they're going to get an invite from the Personal Process podcast. I'm just kidding.
No, they're all concerned about it. They are.
100%.